I came home from a work trip. My roommate whispered, "You won't be sleeping tonight." Genre, mystery suspense. Duration, approximately 9 minutes. Slow, suspenseful background music. Narrator. After spending 4 exhausting days on a work trip, all I wanted was my own bed. No more hotel rooms. No more airport announcements. No more living out of a suitcase. It was almost 11:30 at night when my taxi pulled up outside our apartment building. The entire neighborhood looked unusually quiet. No lights in the nearby windows. No cars passing by. Just silence. I grabbed my luggage, climbed the stairs to the 3rd floor, and unlocked the front door. The apartment was dark. Only the faint glow from the kitchen light illuminated the hallway. "Mark?" I called out. No response. I stepped inside and closed the door behind me. That's when I heard footsteps. Slow. Careful. My roommate, Mark, appeared from the kitchen, but something felt off. His face was pale. His eyes looked exhausted, almost frightened. Before I could ask what was wrong, he walked closer and lowered his voice to a whisper. "You won't be sleeping tonight." I laughed nervously. Why? But he wasn't joking. He glanced toward the hallway leading to our bedrooms. Then he whispered again. "Just trust me. Don't go into your room." A chill ran down my spine. "Mark, what happened?" He took a deep breath. "For the past 3 nights, I've heard strange noises coming from your room." I frowned. "What kind of noises?" "Scratching, tapping. Sometimes it sounds like someone walking around." I stared at him. "You're serious?" He nodded. "I thought maybe you left a window open or a pet got inside somehow." "I didn't own any pets." "And you didn't check?" "I tried." He swallowed hard. "Every time I got near your door, the noises stopped." The apartment suddenly felt colder. I looked down the hallway. My bedroom door was closed exactly the way I'd left it 4 days earlier. Or at least, I thought it was. Something about it seemed different. As if it were slightly more open than before. Just an inch. Maybe less. Mark stepped in front of me. "Listen, I know this sounds crazy, but I think someone has been inside your room." My heart started racing. I quickly checked my phone. No security alerts. No missed calls. Nothing unusual. "Did you call the landlord?" "Yeah." "What did they say?" "They said no one had entered the apartment." That didn't make me feel any better. I looked around the living room. Everything appeared normal. My laptop was still on the desk. The TV was untouched. Nothing seemed stolen. But if someone had broken in, why only my room? And why stay hidden? I grabbed the umbrella leaning against the wall. Not exactly a weapon, but it was better than nothing. Mark picked up a flashlight. "You're sure you want to do this?" he asked. I wasn't, but I needed answers. Slowly we walked toward my bedroom. The hallway seemed longer than usual. Every step echoed. As we reached the door, we stopped. Silence. Complete silence. I wrapped my hand around the doorknob. It felt cold. I looked back at Mark. He nodded. I pushed the door open. The bed was made. The curtains were closed. My desk lamp sat exactly where I'd left it. For a moment, I felt relieved. Maybe this had all been a misunderstanding. Then Mark pointed toward the floor, near my closet. Tiny pieces of drywall were scattered across the carpet. I crouched down. Fresh dust. Something had definitely happened here. I slowly opened the closet door. Nothing. Just clothes, suitcases, shoes. But then I noticed something strange. Behind a stack of boxes, part of the wall looked different. The paint color didn't quite match. There was a small crack running vertically from floor to ceiling. "What is that?" I whispered. Mark shook his head. "I've never seen it before." I pressed my hand against the wall. It moved. Just slightly. My stomach dropped. This wasn't a wall. It was a panel. Someone had hidden a door inside my closet. I stepped back immediately. Neither of us spoke. Who builds a hidden door inside an apartment closet? And more importantly, what was behind it? We should call the police. I nodded. For once, curiosity wasn't stronger than common sense. We dialed emergency services and waited outside the apartment. 10 minutes later, 2 officers arrived. We explained everything. The noises, the hidden panel, the damaged wall. The officers entered the apartment while we stayed in the hallway. A few minutes passed, then another, then 5. Neither officer came back out. Mark and I exchanged worried looks. Just as I reached for my phone, one of the officers stepped into the hallway. His expression was serious. "Is this building old?" he asked. "About 80 years old," Mark replied. The officer nodded. That explains it. He told us the hidden panel led to a narrow maintenance passage built decades ago. Back then, workers used the passage to access old electrical wiring and plumbing. Over the years, renovations covered most of the entrances. But somehow, the panel inside my closet had remained hidden. "Was someone inside?" I asked. The officer hesitated. "Not anymore." My chest tightened. "What do you mean, not anymore?" He held up a small backpack. Inside were empty water bottles, snack wrappers, and a flashlight. Someone had been living inside the passage, just a few feet from my bedroom. For who knows how long. The scratching sounds, the footsteps, the tapping, they had all been real. The officer explained that whoever had been using the space likely heard us arrive and escaped through another access point elsewhere in the building. Police searched the area, but found no one. That night, I didn't sleep. Neither did Mark. The next morning, the landlord sealed the hidden entrance permanently. A week later, I moved out. Some places carry a feeling you can't explain, even when you know the truth, even after the danger is gone. Months have passed since then. But sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I think about those sounds Mark heard, the footsteps, the scratching, the quiet tapping behind the wall, and I wonder, how long had someone been watching from the other side? If you've ever experienced something strange in your home, trust your instincts and never ignore unusual sounds that don't have an obvious explanation. If you suspect someone may have entered your living space without permission, contact local authorities or a trusted adult immediately.